All right, guys. You can watch me give answers on this sessions. Essentially, I'll go in YouTube comment areas, and I would answer questions, and you can just watch my screen as I answer them. So I'm only going to read this first one because I already typed it, but I'm going to go through the other ones and you just watch me type, just so you know. Okay. The rest of the video, I will be muted. Okay. All right. So this one says, what is a contract called? This is all real estate wholesaler, right? And then the second question says, how do you get the contract? How do you sell this pitch to people who own the house? Seems we're like we need more information. Of course, you need more information, right? So here's my answer. What is the contract called? It's a standard real estate sales agreement. You could Google that, okay? And typically, as a wholesaler, you're supposed to have a sign and or right next to your name as a clause. That means you're able to assign it to others. How do you get the contract? Google it and ask your coach for a copy. Okay. How do you sell this fish to people who own the house? You target distressed and motivated sellers. There's no need to sell as you are there to relieve them of the stress that the home brings or that the ownership of the home brings. For some of you, you're like, what stress does home ownership bring? That's because you don't have experience owning a home. So go figure, okay? Seems we're like we need more information and education on this. Yes, education is ongoing perpetually because this is 99% about marketing skills than it is about contracts or legalities. It's not about the paperwork or getting all your everything aligned together. Everything must be arranged before you get started. You will never get started that way, okay? But really, marketing is something you can learn as you go, okay? And that's really 99% of your success is going to be dependent on your marketing skills. So guess where you should focus? 99%. People evolve in the way that they respond to marketing information, so you need to learn fundamentals and how it evolves. And how it evolves in general. Okay, you need to market. You need to learn how to market in the year that you live in, an era that you live in. All right. So in case you're wondering, every now and then, when I'm a little bit less busy, I will come on and I will just post replies and comments here. Okay. On videos on real estate, not necessarily my videos only, okay, just general videos around the internet. Okay. All right, so I guess that's my response right there. Okay. All right, so this is just what I needed. That's a good one. Okay. Actually, a lot of content. Too many people were sleeping on this, so that's not a question. I learned about wholesaling before, but this video made me feel like I can actually do it. Anyone can do wholesaling as long as you understand it's 99% marketing. Okay, and I'll tell you, everyone can fail at wholesaling if you don't learn marketing. Most people in wholesaling right now, they're crying all over the place. There's no deals. That's because they're lacking in marketing. So I agree with him, but partially. How do I find distressed seller and how I not end up offending the hell out of them? All right, so this is a good one right here. So let me see the answers that's already there. True probate. So of course, as usual, people will come here and throw technical terms all over the place. Spend time building rapport with the seller. If you need to build rapport with the seller, chances are you're dealing with a non-motivated seller, just so you know. Try helping them work through their problem. That sounds a little better. There must be an existing problem and qualify them to contract their house to you. Problem plus motivation equals the deals. I agree with that too. All right. So how do you find motivated sellers? That's marketing, right? How do you find motivated sellers with an actual problem? Marketing. Okay. So, but I'm going to reply to this. Okay. So how do I find distressed sellers and how do I not end up offending the hell out of them? Okay. So you find distressed sellers I promise I'm not going to talk because I wanted to save my voice, but just watch as I type, okay? We go to the next line. No. All right. These are all on some public records with your county government. See. If you're focused, on solving problems, it's impossible. It's impossible to offend. So, that means ask them, not necessarily they will tell you. Let me just take that out. Honey. All right, so that was that. Let's see. If you're wondering what I'm listening to in the background, I'm listening to, let's see, I'm listening to, what am I listening to? Fire and Desire by Rick James and Tierra Marie, I think. That's her name, right? Tierra Marie? Old school lady that's already passed. But anyway, let's keep going here. So basically, it's option for houses. What is the contract called? Does it have a name? Well, I kind of answered this question already. Let me see if I can go grab that and post it. So what is it called? How do I find it? Blah, blah, blah. Ask your coach for the contract. You should have a coach. If you don't have a coach, you have an increased chance of failing in the business. That's all. You can still make it. It's just an increased chance. Does he have a name? Anyone? Let's see. There's a reply here, right? Simple purchase and sales agreement. Just Google. Yeah, pretty much. I could just paste that too. All right. So what is this contract and how could I get a hold of it? I'm going to say reach out to your coach. It's not illegal. Depends on how you structure it. In California, you can't really broker a deal without the license. It's fine line. You can't cross. If you want to do it within what's allowed. Graham, quick question. I live in California. Does this mean I would need RA license in order to wholesale? So let me answer this question actually. Well, somebody already said it depends. First, I would consult. I would join the local real estate investor association. Get up. Yes. It's offload. Only you know how much I do. Motivated. Come on. What is it? If what you're doing is helping with the offload, non-performing assets. Let's see. Sorry. And then state do require license to do that. The license does not have to career. These are great content. I don't want to waste them. So I'm actually going to create a note here and put all this content in there. Yeah, let me go grab the other one. This one. I think this is the one. All right, this is a good one right here. All right, so let's keep going here. We answer that. So how do I find people wanting to buy my property? That's an awesome question. Must advertise to investors that buy in the neighborhood you're selling in. And digital marketing. Okay. List for investors. Become an asset. Business. Sorry, I'm whistling. What's your follow us? Hold. Everything that we my lady. Remember if that's how to spell that. Pedestal? I think so. Let me make sure. Let's see. Yep, that's it. Pedestal. First one. Investment property. Equally. Now you know why I can't waste this content, right? This is really good stuff right here. Really, really cool stuff. I think I already copied that. Let's see here. I need to click reply before I lose it, right? I actually need to reply it, right? All right, so let's keep going. This video is huge. Well done, boys. Is there anyway? Oh, by the way, let me make sure I like this video. I always like the video. 925 likes. Good stuff. Good stuff. If anything is creating this much comments, usually they're good. Okay, usually they're good stuff. So let's see here. Okay, that was that. Is there any way to start trading if you're 17? Trading what? Is he or she talking about real estate? I'm not sure. Let's see what the answer was there. Custodial account. What is this? Google it, bud. It explains everything. Oh my God, this dude is just money hungry. First of all, wholesaling houses is saturated in almost. I think I responded to this already. I have a feeling I responded to this. Yep, I did. I did. So I responded to it. It's a good question. And I think I should read it to you. All right. Me. Okay, so here. Okay, so here's what this guy said. I'm gonna. How long have I been on? I'm not really sure. Let me see if I can see that. Is there a way to see how long I've been on? If you're watching me, if you can comment how long I've been on, please, that'll be nice. Let's see. All right, so he goes, oh my God, this dude, Ricky, is just money hungry. First of all, wholesaling houses is saturated in almost every big market. And in smaller markets, it's dead. And you can only make 2 to 5K per deal. If you can still make 2K to 5K by deal right now, you're by the way, you're very, very lucky. If you can still make 2 to 5K a deal. All right, most people are actually struggling to even create a deal, much less making money. Okay, for example, Arizona is saturated by Shantari and many more giants. Cali, Texas, and all them big states are completely saturated. I think all the states in the United States are big, personally. Take that from someone that comes. Well, I was born here, but I grew up in another country, right? So before you think you can even make money, just do your research. So that's all skeptical. Let me see the answers here. 2K to 5K seems fine to me. That's what I'm talking about. If you need more than that to leave, then I don't know what to tell you. Somebody said relax. This guy is so misinformed. It's sad. Yeah, because they can smell this negativity, right? If contractors are still charging inflated prices, your sweat equity is worth a fortune. Nobody wants to work for free fixing up a house, so buyers will still buy your work. Of course, there's buyers out here. So this was my answer. Of course, as usual, I always have a long answer because I need to explain it, right? So there is no such thing as a saturated market. If you've ever done wholesaling real estate business before or claim that the market is saturated, you are just a wussy who quits on self. There's a lot of people like that, by the way. Maybe they closed 1 or 2 deals in the past, and then it's not working as good as it used to, and now they are just crying like crybabies. It doesn't work anymore. It doesn't work anymore because you're not working. You need to be evolving, like I mentioned earlier in the other answer, right? The cream always rises to the top. If you're doing it the right way, all you have to do is beat everyone else at consistency. Consistency is hard as hell. That's true. Okay, that's one. But also the wrong strategy. I don't think I included that here. The wrong strategy can put you. You know, if you're still sending letters to people by direct mail, you're burning money, and chances are you're going to be out of business very soon. Okay, consistency is hard as hell. I'd agree with you that it's not a lot more easier to complain about saturation than it is to make money in wholesaling real estate. It's complaining, right? That's so it's actually easier to actually do the business, right? That makes complete sense. Let me read this out clearly to you so you can hear what I said here. I'd agree with you that that it's a lot more easier to complain about saturation than it is to make money in wholesaling real estate though. That makes complete sense, right? It's easy to complain, right? But you can still make even up to $150,000 from one deal if you plug into a system that positions you for consistency. So here's the thing: a lot of people are plugging into the. So I mentioned that here. That's the key. A lot of people are plugging into the strategies that does not position them for consistency. They plug into things like driving for dollars, knocking on doors. Those strategies will get you tired, and you're not positioned for consistency. So it's no wonder why you will quit before you pick up your first deal. On an average, okay? Yes, there's gonna be that lucky guy who knocked the first door and made a deal, right? You're gonna have a testimonial like that, right? But that doesn't mean it's gonna happen all the time. That's why it's called a miracle. It's luck. It's not gonna happen every time. It's not gonna happen more than 99% of the time, okay? So that's a bad strategy, right? There are tons of houses out there. Sean Terry and the other gurus cannot buy them all. Don't be intimidated about that, and don't be a hater. Okay, so here's another thing about that. When you have big gurus like this in your market and things like that, all those guys have something that you don't have. That's probably money. But you also have something that they don't have, and that's probably time. So you need to find a way to leverage your time. You invest time in increasing your own wisdom, your knowledge about marketing, and then I guarantee you those guys are sleeping on the newest strategies in town because technology is moving so fast. So if you can just learn how the digitally evolving marketing strategies, then you won't have to worry about, you won't have to be a hater on the gurus, okay? No matter what market you find yourself, always remember that the top 3% is still the top 3% because they refuse to accept saturation excuses. Boom! So that was that answer right there. So let me see here. Oh, somebody said, well, somebody actually responded to me here, I guess. Good fact. Any insights to have to share? Oh, I already answered. I said visit my channel. All right, so hey, I have a house that I'm having a hard time selling. I want to use my own house as a litmus test on wholesaling. What? In this case, I will be the owner and the wholesaler. How should I proceed? This is a very funny one. Boom. We're done. So I'm not sure if it's serious, but oh well. I don't really have a serious answer for that. About this, thanks for sharing. What's selling a solid income when you start making deals growth is grind and definite for everyone. That's just true. Didn't have to pay like $100 for the option contract. Don't you have to pay like $100 for? No. The option contract at Staples, Office Mass, coaching. I know where to get one. I meant when I make it. So this is sometimes I learn like this too. Okay, wire coaching. I know where to get one. I meant when I make a contract with the seller, I don't have to pay the seller for it. What? Wholesale real estate investor is basically a real estate agent. Negative. Not true. We can start from a real estate agent is licensed, and a real estate investor doesn't have to be licensed. A wholesale real estate investor doesn't have to be licensed. We could start from that. Great video. Also, it's important to know this is a contribution. I'm super pumped about getting into. But people are still excited about this. It was 3 months ago, still excited. But sadly, the market is in fact saturated with people using old school strategies So if you're seeing saturation, that's because you're using old school strategies. You need to, there's something that really never becomes old school, but it can become tiring, which is cold calling. But there are actually ways you can build a business without cold calling ever. You can do it in a more consultative, you can use more consultative strategies, okay? That's easier and it creates more time, and also the business you build will be a lot more leveraged other than you having to show up to cold call every day. Your business build will actually be well leveraged because everything is documented and will be useful to create additional income and cash flow into the future when you leverage digital marketing, okay? Like what I'm doing right now, this content will live here forever, okay? For as long as YouTube lives, okay? So that's something to pay attention to. Let's see. You're the only one that made complete sense explaining this topic. I would like her. She should come to my channel. I'll probably make a lot more sense than him. Can you wholesale a home that probably needs to be knocked down? I find a lot of properties that might need to be reviewed, and nobody, of course, lives there. Of course. As long as you can. All right, so I have a guest. So I'm going to have to bail out. 1 second here. Let me see. Let me just text him. We'll be right there. So I'm going to have to round up, guys. Let me just, yeah, of course, as long as you can, as long as you can, as long as you have contact. All right, so that was that, guys. It's a good question, actually. Good question. So let me just say this: if you're here for the first time, you've never been here before. Let me say this real quick. You could go to you can download my book at myEmpirePRO.com. I'm actually trying to go there right now. Yeah, right. Yeah. No, let's see. Okay, yeah, this one right here. So actually, I'm gonna be back here probably gonna be back here tomorrow. Honestly, maybe 6 o'clock, maybe tomorrow. I have a guest right now, so I'm gonna have to push this particular topic till tomorrow. But just pardon me for a second here. This is what I wanted to show you. I wanted to show you this. Okay, so this is what you need. myEmpirePRO.com. Go get my book if you're here for the first time. Subscribe to my channel. I do this all the time. I have a lot of content. I have about 400 videos here on real estate wholesaling and marketing. You can learn a lot here. Plug in, watch all the videos. Watch as many videos as you can. Come on inside myEmpirePRO.com. You also have access to this 7-day free course. So subscribe, like, share, comment below. I look forward to connecting with you. Hopefully you've been enlightened and educated, and I will see you on the next one. And peace.